guys, and welcome to Hatchets, Heels, and Honeys. I am your ringmaster, the queen of the cat fight, Noel Harlow, and I'm here with my zombie, my homie, Chrissy Rivera, whoop whoop, and all the JCW good times. We have a special guest to celebrate the 250th anniversary of America. We brought on Mac.
Of course. Nothing says America like Mac Davis.
Nothing says American like Mac Davis. He makes me feel like the 4th of July. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of JCW. Mac Davis.
You know, you're really reaching when you're saying all that right there. Yeah, when you
I
first
think
think
of
of the 250th celebration, Mac Davis comes to mind right away.
I think about Mac, you make me want a hot dog real bad.
There you go. There you go. In a bikini, having a hot dog.
Wife. I don't know if you're going to get a bikini out of me anytime soon, but you might get, a nice bathing suit, maybe a pinup style, right, Chris? Well, Chris will wear a bikini for you.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, I will never say no. First of all,
how you doing, Mac?
I'm doing great. Chrissy, hello. First time that I've had a chance to ever meet you, and it's nice to speak with you.
Nice to speak
and
with you.
Chrissy is my homie.
Noel, the queen. We talked for a short period of time, had a great time, and always get to talk with you kind of off and on behind the scenes. Nobody knows about it. If I'm around Vito, then normally we get you on the phone. But is that supposed to be a big secret here?
No, because I'm going to bring it up because Vito says you are his Mean Gene Okerlund. And I always hear you when you're his Mean Gene in WCW. Him and Mean Gene used to get in a lot of trouble in WCW, just so you know. Yeah, and I'm a big Mac Davis supporter, Mac. That's why I had to bring you on the show. We had to meet Paul Mamas here last week.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we had to discuss something because all the Juggalettes have a problem. We love you, Mac. We do. Yes. You are one of our top people, a friend of the show and a supporter of my family here, Mac.
I know what's coming.
It's not even going to be what you think. It's not even going to be what you think. I am going to ask you about what you think, but it's not what you think.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what you would think. This is what women would ask you about, but it's not, Mac. Okay. I'm going to bring up a visual aid, and I'm going to ask you why you broke my heart, Mac.
Okay.
Mac, what is this?
That's me doing the triple chop with Choppa City.
Chris?
Yeah, you know what? It was just we were there, and they was like, hey, the triple chop.
Mac?
Yes.
Chrissy and I and the Meatball Mamas.
Yes.
We're not into it, Mac. We don't like it. So
you don't like the triple chop.
So we're honest show. We're a very honest show, okay? Yes. So we talk about things that we like and things that we enjoy and things that we don't like and we might not enjoy. So we've been trying to get into Choppa City for a while now, and we're just a little confused about them. So maybe you have some insight about Choppa City of what they are about because we're a little, lost on it. And we're trying every week. We're trying every week, and we seem just a little confused. And then we saw you doing this.
I gotta be honest with you. When they first came there, and you probably feel this way, and this is probably part of why you feel this way about why I was doing the triple chop with them. They came in. I wasn't too sure. Are these good guys, bad guys? I couldn't figure that out. I'm like, who are these guys? I needed to know more about them. But now, as I've learned more about them, even Willie Mack and Too Tough Tony, when they lost those titles to them, if you notice, it was still a brotherhood going on in there because everyone's kind of learned that Choppa City are really cool guys. They're really fun to be around. And I think that's the reason when I started doing that triple chop, it was kind of my way of saying, these guys aren't all that bad. And because normally if I don't like you and I think you're doing something wrong, I'm going to tell you, much like the facade situation, I'll speak my mind. But Choppa
we enjoyed that.
Huh?
We enjoyed that.
You enjoy that.
I
will speak my mind from time to time, but when it comes to Choppa City, I think as people will go on, even at the shows now.
Sorry, that was ICP. Go
ahead. But people at the shows now, if you're there live, and it didn't come across really that well in this last TV taping because the audience was hard to hear for whatever reason. but the fans are way behind Chopper City, a lot more than you think they are. If you're in that building, everyone is chopping and just chanting along. So what you see on TV right now may not be quite a real reflection of who they are when you see them live. And I think it will come across on TV as we move on. But yeah, they're really a great up and coming tag team. So I'm glad
Vito tried to sell them to me.
Vito tried to sell them to you.
Vito was like, you know what? I like these guys. And then I got really scared because he knows how much I love Tony. I love Tony. I love Willie. Yep. They have my heart. And then they beat him. And I was sitting next to him while watching this because I have no idea what's going to happen. You know, he won't tell me. So I went, oh, and he goes, you know what? I like them. They're good guys. You would like them.
Yep.
And I was like, no.
Maybe we have to just keep an open mind, Noel.
Maybe we do. Maybe it's us. Chris, maybe it's us.
It could be us. It could be us.
I'd say give it another couple of weeks and reassess and see if you still feel the same way. Or you may not be completely on board, but you might be more on board than you are right now. Give it a couple of weeks and see. And I think you'll be surprised. I really think they're going to be a fantastic tag team for JCW. I really do.
Mm-hmm. And we did say a couple of weeks ago how they just came in as a replacement tag team originally.
Right.
And they have just kept climbing and having all these surprises and stuff that we did not expect out of them. So, and now they have this win over Tony and Willie. So who knows what's going to be next for them?
They're from
very
Colorado.
Charismatic. Yeah, they're from Colorado.
They're the Rocky Mountain Climbers.
Correct. Rocky Mountain Pro. They were.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain Pro.
Yeah, and these guys have so much charisma, too. Even when you hand them a microphone, tell them what you're looking to do, and they know the entertainment value of what we do in this business, and they're really good at that. And that's something else that's got to be strong. You know, a wrestler can't just be good in the ring. They got to be able to hold that microphone and do something with that, too, and to express themselves. And a lot of guys just go in there and they want to do 100 flips, and that doesn't really tell a story. And you get people like Chopper City who can use both the microphone and the ring to their benefit, and you got a winner.
Mm-hmm. We're going to give them a chance because of you, Mac. We were ready to take you on. In fact, I yelled out, "You're dead to me, Mac." It was Chrissy. I yelled it out, and now I take it back. You're not dead, Mac, but you're on the line.
That's right.
This is why we have guests on the show, so they can explain themselves and we can get an insight of what they're thinking, right?
Yep.
So
right, we always do that. Chrissy, I'm going to let you handle this one because this is the question that we want to ask Mac that he knows is coming. Mac, as Juggalo journalists, which we coined the title Juggalo journalists, we go a lot of strange places to talk to people, Mac. And Chrissy, I'm going to pass this one to you as I bring up the visual aid. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. So there seems to be a trend where most information is gathered in the laboratories.
Yeah, that came up out of nowhere. We were, I can't remember where we were, but it was like we just ran out of places to shoot, and it was like, well, we'll just shoot in one of the bathrooms, where the girls are putting their makeup on or something. We didn't really think about anything past that, but after that first time of doing it, it became a gag almost where people are like, oh, he's going to be in the bathroom. I even had women go, somebody go in there and make sure Mac's not in the bathroom before I walk in. They're joking, but it's part of the deal.
For a while, that was Vito at the beginning of the show. He spent a lot of time in the bathroom too. But he spends a lot of time in the bathroom anyway.
I guess you just have to shoot where you can shoot. But hopefully that's coming to an end. Yeah, I even had a grandson ask me, say, Papa, why did she call you a pervert?
See, you even made it into the Big Al weed ad.
Yes, I saw that, and I'm thinking, oh my God, now they got it all over the place.
That had me in tears. Actually, that was so funny. Big Al is Big Vito's work wife. Big and big. That's his work wife, Big Al. They're road besties.
I think she's everybody's work wife. Look here, she can yell at somebody, make you want to crawl up in the corner somewhere and just cry.
He loves that about her. He loves that about her. So that's his homie. He told me to let you know that. Just so you know, when you go in the bathroom, that's his muscle chick.
But as much as we make fun of these laboratory interviews, Mac does get a lot of good scoop in the bathroom.
He does. Maybe he knows something
that
we
people don't know. Yeah, he gets like all this stuff. Not only are people attacking people in the bathroom, which is a very common thing, but he gets some good interviews in there.
Again, Juggalo journalist is not a regular journalist. It's a Juggalo. And, you know, as Juggalos, we can kind of do whatever the fuck we want. So, I mean, really.
That's right. It's funny. When I came into the company of JCW, I was hired to do backstage stuff for the post show. That's it. And Noel knows this. I came in and that's the only real involvement I had. And on the second day of shooting over a long weekend of shoots that we did, Vince Russo came to me and said, here, grab a mic and interview somebody over there, just out of nowhere. And from that point forward, I became the backstage guy. There were no plans for me to be back there whatsoever. I was just back there for the post-show stuff. So I became the show, a part of the show, simply because Russo wanted to try something a little bit different. And I got lucky and I was there at the time. So, and I appreciate it too, because I do enjoy I do enjoy it because I get a chance to really interact with a lot of the guys to help kind of bring out some of the character of who they are, to play off of them. Barnabas and the Outbreak, Vito. Vito, when I first came in, him and I had a lot of heated type of interviews in the beginning. Now we've backed off of that from where we used to be. He even slammed me up against a wall one time, and I mean, you know, and he was in a bad mood that day too. I mean, legit in a bad mood. So he's always in a bad mood, right?
Yeah. Kind of Vito-ish.
But those things just came out of nowhere, and I enjoy doing that. I never would have thought at my age, and I don't have a problem saying it, I'm 62 years of age. At my age, to be working for a company like JCW and working with Lunacy and all the guys and girls that are there, doing some of the best work I've seen in independent wrestling in a long time. I'm happy I'm there for the ride. Honest to God, I am happy that I'm there for the ride, and I get a chance to work with some of the younger talent, much like Vito. He helps people behind the scenes, and I try to help those behind the scenes. There's one in particular that I'm helping with her promos to get her better on her promos, so that she's ready for a tryout coming up later this year. And it's just a really good feeling when you get that kind of chemistry of people in the back that want to work together. I mean, you can't ask for a better situation.
JCW is kind of like that, though, where you just kind of like, I was sitting at home not doing anything. I run Vito's social media. I have a buddy and we run Vito stuff. And then I got a call from the show because Vince wanted to have a brand show, and Jasmine and Vito called me and they're like, what are you doing? Watching television. What are you doing? Like you guys are working. Why are you calling me? Then they want to have a show. What, you going to have a show? And then I said, I'll only do a show if Chrissy does the show with me. Because I've been wanting to do a show with Chrissy forever, because we used to travel together on the road. So I was like, and I got to get Chrissy to do a show.
I was super new to JCW. I didn't really watch JCW. I mean, I was involved in the wrestling business for a long time, but I never worked for there. I didn't really watch the product. So I really sat down and I did some research and I watched the shows and I really enjoyed them. And I'm not just saying that because I'm part of the show now or anything like that. I think everybody brings something exciting and fun to the roster. And Mac, you deserve your flowers too, because like you are such a persona in just, even though it might be a bathroom interview, you are Mac Davis, though. People know who you are.
Davis, baby.
It's not just like, oh, it's the backstage guy doing the interview. You know, sometimes you watch other companies. It's like, oh, you see people doing interviews. You don't really know their names, but I watch and people watch. It's like, oh yeah, that's Mac Davis. That's Mac Davis doing those interviews. Like, you bring a lot to that roster as well and to that product.
I appreciate that very much. It was when I got the role to do this, I wanted to kind of make sure that I wasn't the average backstage interviewer, because like you say, they do get boring. Not that they're bad, but it's the same thing. They ask one question and hold the mic out and they get a response and something happens. I wanted to be a little bit more than that. I wanted to kind of goof around a little bit and be more like the Mean Gene character, much like what Vito refers to. That was the inspiration, was Mean Gene, you know, just kind of pulling his kind of, you'll even hear me say, you know, please welcome my guest at this time. Well, that's one of those little lines that he used to use all the time. And I use that on purpose.
Yeah. It's perfect.
And it's just being able to do that and being recognized, by, for the work I'm doing, like Chrissy, thank you very much. I hear that in the chat sometimes, and you never know, you take it with a grain of salt, I appreciate it. But really at 62, I feel like I'm doing my best work on TV that I've ever done. Much
You're
like
doing
Vito.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You want to know how much Vito loves you, Mac?
How much?
We have a dressing area in our room. Like it's like a long hallway, and it's like closets and like a little. So I walk down.
You're scaring me now.
Oh, it's funny. I walked down the dressing area, and sitting where the mirror is, there is a Juggalo 8x10 of Mac there.
Yeah.
There really is, and it's signed to Vito, and it's sitting on the thing. And I noticed it today when I was walking through, because it goes like it's long, and then it goes. And I looked over, and I'm like, why is there a 8x10 of Max sitting on the mirror? And I was like, I'm bringing that up today in the thing. But there's Max sitting there with I was like, this is serious. Like, what do you guys do? Like, he told me, he goes, you gotta have Mac on the show, and I said, yeah, and he goes, you going to ask him about stuff? And I said, what stuff don't you want me to ask him about?
You ask me anything and I'll answer it.
So he goes, I said, what's the deal with you guys? And I heard you party. And he goes, well, don't tell his wife. What do you guys do, Mac, after the juggalos are done juggling? What do you do, Mac?
Here's the honest to God truth. We ride for maybe an hour and a half to our next location, wherever we're going to be staying for the night. And when we finally figure that out, we find a food place, we eat. It's usually between 12 and 3 o'clock, something like that. Because it could be late at night. And we're trying to beat the kitchen closing. That's about it. We go out and eat. We make it back to the hotel and we pass out.
No Pink Pony Club, nothing like that. I hear Pink Pony Club sometimes. There's no Pink Pony Club.
I've been pitching the idea, talking about Mean Gene, of doing the old Mean Gene type of skits. This is something Vito brought up. That, man,
yeah, because he used to do him and Mean Gene used to go to the club and then tape it.
Yes. And so I'm kind of pitching that same thing he is, that'd be a lot of fun, and I think it'd be unique for JCW to see some of that stuff again. And I think that'd be a blast. But that's the only time we'd be there, of course.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to expose some things right now.
Okay.
Because last week I had mentioned, and this is not exposing you, Mac, at all.
Oh, okay.
Last week I had mentioned Vito riding in the car and he won't buckle his seatbelt. So Jeff Lane's car beeps for about 4,000 miles. Yes. And then Vito doesn't hear it because he's deaf, and everyone knows he's deaf. But you guys have to hear. Is that annoying, Mac?
It is comical because sometimes if somebody new is in the vehicle with us, they have no idea that he can't hear because he doesn't tell everybody until it comes up.
You'll never tell anyone.
And I'll have to tap him on the shoulder going, that's his bad ear. You got to talk on the other ear.
He's talking his other ear, yeah. He did it at the grocery store today, too.
It's just like, Vito, what? Your seatbelt. Oh, yeah, that's me. That's me.
He'll sit there and let that thing beep for 100 miles if you don't tell him. And then he calls me and I'm like, Vito, the seatbelt's beeping, and that's rude. Other people can hear that seatbelt, but you can't. So you'll sit there and let it beep. At the grocery store today, the lady's going, hi, sir, how are you? Hi, sir, how you doing? How you doing, sir? And he's like, I was like, will you pay attention to the woman, please? She's talking to you. He can't hear. He can't hear nothing. But he definitely can't hear sleep.
She just thinks he's being a dick. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'm like, he's not. He's actually the friendliest person you ever want to meet. He just can't hear a fucking word you say.
No.
It works to his advantage sometimes too, though, Mac, if you've noticed.
Oh, yeah. He's got selective hearing when he wants to.
It's Joel Gertner selected hearing.
Okay. He couldn't cut out that snore, unfortunately.
No, he couldn't cut that out. But you and him have recently released a video on one Violent J Lane.
Yeah. That's the little ass kisser right there.
Yeah, you guys got.
I'm not talking about Barnabas now. I'm talking about the guy that can't wear his hat straight.
Although I heard there was a very raucous version of Wrestler's Court involving Barnabas that I was told that I'm also supposed to talk about.
Yeah, that will actually, if I'm not mistaken, that comes up and you'll be able to watch that as it went down because I filmed that while it was happening.
Did you film when I was on the phone?
I filmed while you were on the phone.
Oh, no.
So, and that will be playing on this Thursday night show, the post show after JCW Lunacy. And it is hilarious. The topic itself, everything about it is hilarious. So look forward to doing that. Yeah, I'm glad you did that. It's a good chance to plug that coming up this week.
I was going to say that's a good plug there. That is hysterical Wrestler's Court because, as I said, I was on the phone for the end piece, and it does involve foreign objects in Paige's panties. So you don't want to miss that.
Yes.
Tune in Thursday after JCW to watch Mac and Jeff analyze. It's like the People's Court for Juggalos.
Yes, it is. I kind of pitch out what happened on the show, and I let Jeff take it away as far as analyzing it a little bit, and then we keep moving on. And that's a lot of fun too. Noel, when you were on the show, it flowed so easy. Excuse me. And then we had to go through changes, and when we went through the changes, we adjusted the best we could. But I'm glad to see you doing this with Chrissy. I think this is more in line with where you should be, anyhow, because you two have a great show.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. I'm a little bit of a comedian, and I think I'm a lot bit of a comedian, so it's hard to be serious.
You got to be to live with Vito.
I know you have to have jokes, right? Yeah. So I was doing the show with Mac, and it flowed really easy. The only problem was Vito gave me a never-ending cold. Remember, Mac? That turned into bronchitis, that I ended up with borderline pneumonia, and they wanted to put me in the hospital, but I wouldn't go in the hospital because I had to do the show.
I remember you saying you did the show sick.
I was so sick, and I was sick for like 3 episodes of the freaking show, which really upsets me because I didn't get a chance to kind of really be myself. I kind of was just like hanging on. The one night I was really hanging on. It was bad.
Now, see, most people would never have realized that you weren't feeling well, though, because you covered that up really well. When you could feel bad, and I wouldn't know it. And I think both of you are probably the same way. It's experience. You just kind of know when you come here. People don't want to hear how bad you feel. They want to see you up and happy and keeping them up.
You just flip a switch. You're
you just forget
I'm on now.
Yeah. It's the wrestlers. We know you just forget when you get out there and you perform, and then you go back and die a little. And Chrissy and I, extra on top, moms do the same thing. So we just have that mom cover, like we just flip it off and flip it on. But I was dying that one episode. I don't know how I got through it.
I mean, I just literally crawled.
So bad, guys. I want to mention one thing before we go into a little bit of a recap here. I feel like JCW has definitely becoming quite the soap opera.
Yes.
I don't think it should be called Lunacy right now. It should be called like As the Clown Turns, because it is just constant drama, more than usual.
I have a new visual aid that I would like to present. I made this especially for Chrissy, so she's been waiting the whole episode.
I haven't seen it yet.
But I feel like we should all watch it together. Mac, you appear in this. Yeah, I apologize. I think JCW is the new wrestling soap opera, and I present to you my version.
The plane.
Yes, it's The Wicked and the Restless.
That's a great title,
funny.
too.
Yeah, that's funny.
As the Clown Turns, The Wicked and the Restless. It's JCW, the Honey's Hatchets review of JCW. And
I love stuff like that. And I'll tell you something. This may be an idea for you girls here. To me, there's in the old days when I was in radio, I worked in radio for over 30 years. And while I was in there, I did morning shows. And they had this segment for soap operas where, they would do like a soap opera update on the radio. It was maybe about a minute and a half long. And it was overly dramatically done in a very comical way about, whoa, this is what happened. And I always thought if you applied that to wrestling, and tell the story that was on the last episode, that could be comical as hell. And it's something I don't think anybody's done yet, but you just make it, this outrageous person delivering, here's the update from last week's episode, in a crazy style, like, and the baby's daddy, that kind of stuff.
I always thought it would make just taking some of the promos Vito does and putting them into a dramatic soap opera-esque reading would be hysterical.
Oh, yeah.
Getting the transcript and
whatever you put him in works.
We did do a Russo Summer Book Club.
The Russo Summer Book Club. And if you look, we have the latest of the soap opera here and if you look at the audience, it's a shitty version.
There's a lot of guys up in that picture.
There are a lot of guys in the audience.
I didn't see you though, Max. So should we ask?
Ask, Mac? Are you being tested into Jasmine?
I will tell you that just earlier I got a message on my phone that this week they expect me to come in for testing. Wow! And
everybody,
I'm not going to reveal anybody else, but I have a bald-headed friend that I believe may be getting called too.
We wouldn't be surprised.
There's a lot of bald-headed people, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of bald-headed people. Sure is, and I
had Jasmine on. When was that, Chris? When we
She's
first
not
started.
Bald-headed. You calling her
no,
bald?
No, but we had her.
Speaking of bald,
well, she could be bald. She could wear a wig. You never know.
Slide right in there, yeah.
But we had Jasmine on at the beginning of our show. We had a tea party with Jasmine where we spilled all the tea on your bald friend. So we know some of his ins and outs, so to speak. A lot of heel heat there. But I'll tell you what, 50 guys is a lot of guys.
And I'm thinking over a 3-day period. This is a 3-day tour, so you figure 50 guys. I guess it's possible. I don't know how she was able to walk when it was over with, but jeez.
She must have sat in an ice cooler because that's a lot of guys for 3 days.
Yeah, man. It's ice packs everywhere. I will say this when it comes to the soap opera style stuff in JCW. That really is what drives the show, and people would be amazed to know that. But people see the matches, they enjoy the matches, but it's the crazy storylines that go with those matches that people really get into, and the whodunits and the, who is it kind of things, that works great when it comes to, getting an audience to come to another show the following week. And that's how TV should be done. It should be leaving you with cliffhangers and things you want to see in the following week, just because, you got to keep up with the story. And that's missing in a lot of today's wrestling. We see it in JCW, but that's one of the very few places where you see somebody actually dedicate probably more time to the backstage stuff and the stories than others may. I bet you there's more time in JCW, that's telling stories versus the matches. In the old days too, keep in mind that they pretty much did that in the territories. They built to a big pay-per-view where you had to go and pay money to go see, the big match. And that's pretty much what it is in JCW. It's like we're giving you a lot of entertainment, but those big matches, you got to come see them when we hit on one of our big shows.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing I like about JCW is even the in-person shows, there are people that follow to each one of the shows, especially when they're doing their Michigan shots. There are people that'll drive to all 3 of the shows you guys do to catch the whole story early. They want to catch every little bit of it early. So they'll go and then they brag in the groups. Well, I was there, so I know what happens to this one or that one or this. And I wanted to ask, who is your prediction, Mac, of who is the father of this baby? Just a rando.
And he's getting tested this week, so he's just probably hoping it's not him.
We're handing out shots of penicillin with tests. Just curious, because 50 guys is a lot. And some of these guys, are the zombies getting tested? Because we don't know what makes a zombie. We tried to find out and we couldn't. So you might need to get a shot of something there.
I have no idea.
Chrissy, who do you think is the father?
I don't know. Imagine it's like Joel Gertner.
I want to say Mark Roberts because that's the least, or Ref Jeff. That's the least people that I would expect it to be. Mark Roberts. I also wanted to give a shout out to Violent J. I hope your hemorrhoids get better. I really feel bad.
And
That's
also,
the
what if
That's the
it's
true
nobody?
tragedy.
What if it's nobody? Like, I know they said somebody on the roster.
And we're going to have to
but what
call
if it's
Billy
just
Corgan and bring in the
50 people and
NWA.
it's not.
I'll say this.
everywhere.
I'll say this. I'm very nervous about my test this week.
Oh,
excuse
Mac.
me, Mr. Davis.
Jeez. Mac.
Watch the show Wednesday night. It's on Psychopathic Records on YouTube. Starts at 7:00. Find out what happens.
Not the only person getting laid too, may I say. Barnabas at least laid twice because he got the daughter.
Barney.
Sex 2 times. Barnabas has a daughter and he's being tested for Jasmine's baby. They kind of look alike. Look at that.
Well, he should be tested for a lot of things because I even know a story about him and the bearded lady that I won't reveal, but I know stories about him with that. But look, I'm going to tell you something honest. When it came to Barnabas, I've always kind of liked Barnabas besides, any issues. He's walking around with zombies. But when it came to his daughter and the things, the way he's reacting, and I'm not buying it. He's certainly not going to be father of the year anywhere, anytime soon. And it's sad for me to see that a man that I thought really had a good heart down deep, maybe just a black hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've had Barnabas on the show. He's a friend of our shows. Barney, we call him. Feel really bad in this scenario because I think Chrissy and I misjudged him. We were like, he's such a good father to his zombie sons because he told us they're his sons. Remember, Chris?
Yes. We've always had a soft spot for Barnabas, and watching this past episode, I was really disappointed in him.
Yep.
Very disappointed in his words when he said to Dani Mo.
Yeah,
it makes me also think, hey, could he be the father of this baby, and would he take responsibility if he was? He bailed out the first time.
Could you imagine that baby? Yeah.
And you know what?
Barnabas St. Clair.
Barney St. Clair, attorney at law. That's what that sounds like, attorney at law. But she was talking about Barnabas on our show. Remember, she knew all this stuff about him and the occult and everything. So they might have something going on, and we might have cracked the nut on that one back in the day there, I think.
Well, somebody cracked the nut, obviously.
Obviously, nuts, literally. 50 of them. That's a lot of nuts. I got to bring up, and I would be amiss if I didn't, our show sponsor, the Dank Carnival. Get yourself a cream soda over at the Dank Carnival. THCAking.com is where you can get it. Smoke yourself a BigVito cream soda. Calm the fuck down. You can go to the site, use the code BigVito, get yourself a discount. It'll make him happy. He's giving you a vig.
I'm going to tell you something too. They came through and passed out samples of Vito's stuff at the last show.
I heard.
I had a chance to try it. Just had to see what is to talk about. I am so glad that I was finished being on camera because I don't know that I could have done much after that. I was not expecting it to be as strong as it was. It was very good. Very good.
I was talking
to those guys.
I was talking to you guys on the phone when you left that hotel where you didn't like the hotel and went in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I was talking to you guys and I was smoking the Violent J. But I just got my cream soda. It just showed up here the other day. And that's you wanna tap out? Get yourself some BigVito cream soda. It's on the website.
And of course, I'm thinking, well, it's probably. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What's the link again?
THCA King. I have a hard time getting it out. That's the website. Dank Carnival BigVito cream soda. Yeah, that's some stuff, buddy.
Yeah, man. You'll love it if you've never had it before. Order. I promise you. And I have experience, so I know.
The old sponsors. We've had Little Dago sponsor us. We had a law firm that sued Vito sponsor us, and now we have THCA King, which is going to lead me to my next thing. Guys, did Caleb buy his own belt?
I think Vince bought him that belt, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I think he did. Didn't he say that he paid $100,000 for this belt or something like that? Some outrageous amount.
He said
I could have hammered that out of a hubcap.
Yeah, that looks like something that came off of an old Ford Escort or something. Remember in the 80s, those old tin hubcaps?
Yeah. A little brassy.
It looks like the middle piece should have a chain around it, and you throw it around your neck.
Yeah, he looks like one of those old rap. Maybe he's got like a Flavor Flav thing coming out. He could be the new PN News. He said that cost him $100,000. Vinny, our Vinny.
Now, if you go back to that picture, notice the centerpiece and just look at it by itself. It looks like a nickel.
It does.
Maybe this is for the 250th anniversary of the United States. This will be the new nickel. This will come out
on the Mount Rushmore.
Oh my God! Well, I like it's got the little hatchet man on it and the little lunacy and everything. It actually says "In God We Trust," so it does look like a nickel. And his hair. His hair's getting longer, so he is transitioning into more of a Thomas Jefferson from a soccer mom. So maybe it will be a nickel, but yeah, $100,000. Come on, Caleb. Come on, brother. Him and the bromance. I call him the Brosen one.
Oh God, yes. Look, anytime those two are together, you know trouble is right around the corner every single time. And
Vito is jealous of that relationship.
That's all right. Vito knows how to handle himself.
Yeah, you're
look, I may not agree with everything Vito does, but Vito can handle himself. When somebody's going to disrespect him, he'll let him know, don't disrespect.
He feels like very sad that his friend Vince Russo has a new puppy and he's not sharing. Caleb is his new puppy, I guess. And he took him to Memphis, and then V went to Memphis alone. And oh God, it was a whole thing. And
well, you don't want to take Russo with you anyhow. You won't buy dinner.
I heard he doesn't pay for the pizza.
Oh no, it's a cheap.
Which was what 35 years ago.
I will be honest. When I went out with Vince, he paid for the dinner.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Just so you guys know, I went out with Vince. Vince picked up the tab for the sushi.
He must have had he probably had a coupon you didn't know about.
He might have had a coupon, or maybe he got the junior discount.
It was like half off, like a Tuesday or something.
Yeah, it was early bird. We actually went at 3 p.m. We went sushi. We got to eat at 3, Noel. It's important we get there before 4. With an episode of Seinfeld where everybody went to the early bird, and Seinfeld made his parents pull up late, and they're like, "Oh, look at you guys! You can afford to miss the early bird." He's the ones that went to the early bird, Not Vito. He don't want to go to the early bird, so Vince makes him pay for the pizza. Apparently,
I found out too that when it comes to the Vito, that we both shop from the same stores. I noticed that a lot because our shirts match in the back. Sometimes I have to watch what shirts we're wearing.
Oh my God.
I was like, Vito, I know where you shop.
If you start walking around in a Versace robe like Vito, Mac, we're going to have to disown you again. We'll let you back in there.
I may need to get me some of those sunglasses like Vito wears. Wear some of those hip glasses he's got on.
He's got right now he has Diamante glasses, and they're beautiful glasses, and he has a deal with them. So call him and he will get you the deal with them. But anybody can get them, guys. If you go to Diamante, they have gorgeous glasses. They're like precision cut glasses, and the rappers all wear them, but Vito has a deal with them, and you can even get them where they'll engrave names on them, and if you want, they'll engrave the Don. They'll put Mac on your glasses for you.
Chapa City should actually look into this, so they really should on them, and they get it engraved.
Vito said something about shopping with Chapa City for clothes.
Look at that. That's that marketing mind you have.
I think that I would film Vito going shopping with Chapa City, Mac. If you get the opportunity, film that.
Oh, I will. Anytime we get a chance for him and I to film something somewhere out of character, and especially when it's not in one of the buildings, we try to do that because that's where I think a lot of people want to see us. Outside that building.
I think so too.
Yep.
I think it's the thing. Mac pops in on Vito's podcast too. Since we're coming to the end of our show, I got to put this on, and we always enjoy seeing him pop up. Vito gets that little smile on his face because he loves Mac. And BigVito versus the World every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on the BigVito brand, where you get to see this as the replay on Mondays. You get to see BigVito with an open mic, and he is going to present his new online nemesis this week. Oh. And Yeah, the mobile home lady from Florida. Chrissy,
I'm sweating.
he
I
wants the
can't.
mobile home lady from Florida. So he's going to present his new nemesis this week. The mobile home lady, Julie Jules is her name. That's the lady's real name. And that's his other online nemesis. Not as bad as Parkwood Deli, but boy, does he cuss out Julie Jules. So yeah, this is his other online nemesis. He also will have his results of who cut his Wi-Fi. He found out. He thinks he knows too. So that will be on this Tuesday's show. Gear up. I've never enjoyed myself more on a program than I have with Vito and his podcast, if you can call it that. I don't really know what it is.
Open mic. It's just an open mic.
Like open mic. We just sit him in a chair. He just comes in, sits down, and when he's done talking, he gets up and leaves.
Yep.
That's basically what it is. I don't know if it's going to be. Yeah. I said, somebody goes, well, how long is it? I said, well, sometimes it's 30 minutes. Sometimes it's an hour. It's however long he wants to sit.
And what you see on that show a lot of times is what I see when we're on the road. That's Vito. I mean, when you see him on there, I swear to you, he is acting no different than the person I see on the road every single time. He's that crazy, that loud, and but he's always meaning to entertain, which is why I love it, because when you understand he's there to entertain and he's not trying to be a jerk, if you understand that, he's a blast.
People go sometimes like, oh, Vito, he rubs me the wrong way. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Vito's not trying to rub you the wrong way. If he picks on you, he likes you. If he doesn't pick on you or he doesn't talk to you, he doesn't like you.
Or he can't hear you.
Yeah, or he absolutely can't hear what you're saying. But he just, he goes about his life. He'll go and do his own thing. He just, whatever, that's just his world. He's in his own world. He makes up his own little world, like, his ongoing affair with Chrissy's mother because they danced at a wedding one time. It's just his own little world he's in. And everybody's like, oh, well, he thinks he's this and he thinks it's, yeah, in his own world. Now, you don't have to live in it. I do, but you don't have to live in it. He lives in his own little world.
And if they actually paid more attention, it's much like the Vince Russo. And I think I told Vito this before. I've had people say, "Oh yeah, Vito, he's a real asshole." I hear people when I first started talking to me that way, and they would say the same thing about Vince Russo, and I would say, guys, this isn't the person I know. The person I know is completely different than what you're describing to me. And I'm going to base my decision of somebody on the person that I see. And that person in Vito has always been straight. We have always got along from day one that I got there. Yeah. Vito and I have just clicked and we get along very well. Russo the same way. And I hate when I hear people say that because it's like, you really don't know him. If you're saying that means you don't really know who you're talking about.
A lot of times they take Vito as a character because he always presents himself out in public and on social media and whatever as this person. Vito is funny. He's a very different person. I've never met anybody like him. He's just very, very different. When I first started dating Vito, people tried to talk me out of it. They're like, oh, he's mean. He's this, he's that. He's scary. And I was like, no, he isn't. He's hysterical. He calls me on the phone, sings me songs. Like he was just like really funny. And people didn't get it. Like they didn't understand. Like, how can you be with it? And I started dating them. And they're like, oh, you must be a gold digger. I'm like, bitch, I have my own money, gold digger. I have my own. He never asked me for a dime. I never asked him for a dime. We have our own fight. We're adults. Like, I'm not a kid. Like, we're adults. I was already 29, 30 when I started dating Vito. So it's like, I don't need any. I'm not like a kid. So from the beginning, he was misunderstood. Then we were misunderstood. Then I got to know Vince and he's misunderstood. I said, I guess nobody has anybody figured out. You just got to live your life to the best of your ability. And it is what it is. You either like him or you hate him or you love to hate him. That's fine. As long as you're talking about him.
And I think that's why I get along so well with him, because he is who he is. I'm who I am. Vince is who he is. And when you get guys who are just being real with one another, man, it's so much easier than trying to put on a false, face for somebody. I'm just going to be me. And I don't mean to be rude or mean. If I hurt somebody's feelings, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to tell you how it is. And that's how your husband Vito is. That's how Vince Russo is. That's how Violent J is. It's here's the facts and no harm meant, but here's the dirty gritty and still love you. That's how it should be.
It's Chrissy and I have been friends forever. Like, oh God, longer than 20 years, I'd say probably. Well, way longer than 20 years, actually.
I can't believe you're even owning up to how many years. Keep going.
We are. We just look cute. It's the clown makeup. No, we've been traveled all over, stayed together, done everything together, gone different places together, whatever. But we're always just us. Yep. We're just us. And we're other people we've had and we've been friends with, have been in and out of our little circle. It's always been the two of us. And there have been a ton of millions of people and husbands and ex-husbands and friends and ex-friends have been in and out, but it's always been her and I. And we just know that we're going to be real with each other. We're going to say, right. Oh, hey, this is what this is. This is what this is. And I think that's why our friendship has lasted upon all these other friendships, is because we're just real people to each other.
And that's cool that you two have had that experience, together, because that helps you better understand Vito when he's on the road and what he's dealing with, because you've done it together. So you know exactly what the road is like. People think it's this glamorous thing. It's not. It can be extremely difficult and very tiring. Yeah. So when you two know that experience, I know that helps, you understanding Vito and his road trips as well.
We've had some experiences.
Yeah.
some and one trip in particular will go down in history. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You shook your head. The one where I left the car on the side of the road and decided I was going to walk, that one.
On the Mason-Dixon line, because
on the Mason-Dixon line, and I said, fuck it, and I left the car and walked
because
away.
This was before GPS. This was before GPSs, before cell phones were like a thing where you could just look up directions. We had to print out directions on MapQuest online. She printed the directions. We started driving. Halfway through, we realized it didn't print the little left or right in the circles. We didn't know where we were going. It was too far to turn back, so we started winging it. We ended up in the wrong state. She was like, I'm done. She got out of the car. The car's still driving. We got a flat tire. We had to ask these two very butch lesbian women to change the
tire. We have a picture of it, Mac. I'll send it to you. It's
the best. Find that picture and post it, because they showed us how to change a tire and
that's funny. Two women asking two other women, "Can you change my tire?"
And every man walked past us just looking at us. None of them would stop. Oh. So we're standing there, and Chrissy comes from New Jersey, where they don't even pump their own gas. Like, I showed Chrissy how to pump gas, right? So Chrissy goes, well, I can fill a tire. I didn't know how. And I'm like, you can't pump gas, but you can fill a fucking tire? Like, I got really mad. And but you know what, Matt? We made it by bell time. I got it.
There you go.
And we made it by bell time and my little geo tracker, and we made it. And I didn't leave anybody behind. And then by that night, everybody got home safe. I went to go get something to eat and everything was closed. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to bed hungry. I was so mad. I just went to sleep. It was the worst day ever.
Your husband, it strikes me as kind of funny that he doesn't get much sleep sometimes on those weekends. He is very angry if he doesn't sleep.
He needs a nap in the afternoon too.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He's not a regular all-night sleeper, because I'm not, and I think I've ruined him, because I can only sleep a couple hours at a time because I have this bad back. So I up and down. Sometimes he'll go in the guest room and try to get some sleep, but then he worries about me, so he gets up. And we're meeting in the kitchen, and we're sitting in the kitchen eating whipped cream at 3 a.m. It's really strange, our lives. But he can't sleep a whole night now because I think I broke him. So he goes on the road and he sleeps really funny, and then he doesn't get a nap in the afternoon. So then he has a whole thing. The Don takes a nap, and it's he gets grumpy.
He does. He is. Whenever you see those Snicker commercials where they have a Snickers and I always think of Vito every time I see one of those, because he is one of those guys. Feed me or give me some sleep, or I'm gonna get cranky. But I don't blame him. There are times, and even the experiences that we have on the road, like you two were just talking about. You have things that nobody else would probably ever experience together, so those are memories you'll always have. The last one with Vito and I would be in the particular hotel that we were at, and it was that was a nightmare. I mean, a nightmare. and just the things that happened. It's just things that I will remember and talk about for as long as will still be alive, probably. And those stories are the best stories. They really
turn
are.
out to be fun afterwards.
Oh,
Vito,
yeah,
Chrissy,
at the time, it's a pain in the ass, but when it's over
Chrissy,
with,
Vito goes, "Is that the zombies walking across the parking lot?" And he goes, "Oh no, that's crackheads." It's crackheads. I was like, "Oh my god!" You know, he's like, is that the twins? Is that the zombie? I know, crackheads. It's just crackheads. It's good. We're going to another hotel. That's it. But we've been there. We've done that, and it makes it easier to understand when you have a partner that does the same thing. And you just. But for me, I just sit here and I laugh and laugh. But if you want to make Vito happy, and he's on the road, Vince calls me sometimes, and he goes, "What do I do to make him stop?" He really calls me. Then I text Chrissy and tell, just. Give him a cream soda. He likes crullers. Throw him a cruller every once in a while. I'll be all right. Snow cones. What are those other things he eats, Chrissy? What are those things? Churros?
Churros.
He likes churros. Yeah, like churros. Yeah, he likes that. A salad every once in a while makes his little bald head shine. That kind of stuff. So, and a cream soda. Say, drink this cream soda and calm the fuck down. I know I have this Faygo cream soda.
Still unopened.
I can't. This isn't mine. Facade gave this to Vito, so he'd come the fuck down. That's where this came from. So it just sits here.
So you haven't tried it yet, right?
I have Faygo hidden all over this house because
it'll probably be more value, and you'll probably enjoy it more if you just let it sit in the bottle.
Yeah, it's
that shit's nasty. Oh my god!
Really? Chrissy and I talked about getting some Faygo. We haven't had any yet.
No, stay with the original. Cracker Barrel used to sell an orange cream soda. It was on ice all the time. Remember those?
Yeah, I do.
That to me is a cream soda. That Faygo cream soda, it tastes like gasoline. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but
this is. I feel like I want to present it like this, like they do in the fucking restaurant.
Put it behind your hand, like you're.
Yeah, like in it's like some kind of collector's bottle or something. But we also have little Dagos.
Those are probably much better too.
These are delicious, and we have those, and you get them signed. Vito signs these, and they go in a little box with a sticker. People don't believe that's real. We sell little Dagos. We sell the juice. That's real talk. I have tons of little Dagos and little.
And where do they buy it?
My website. Well,
what's
his website
address. Give me the website.
It is thebigvitobrand.com. We have a sales website. It's Vito's website. It is designed like Batman 1989 when the Joker had. Remember the Joker had his own little store X for product X? I know Chrissy remembers. That's what the whole site is designed as. The Big Vito brand site is designed like the Joker's little fucking store. And there's people that present all Vito products there. So you can get little Dagos. You can get autographs. His action figure will be on there. His cameos. His weed. Links to everything are on there.
So what are you waiting for? If you want any of that, go there right now. Go to the website and order something right now.
We also have the BigVitobrand.com where you can book Vito for anything you want. He does weddings. He's ordained.
He does. What do you mean? He does divorces or weddings?
Weddings. He's ordained. Vito is ordained to do weddings. He can go do that. You didn't know he knows, like he went and got the order. He can do wedding ceremonies. He even appears on wedding websites.
Told me that.
Vito is always good information. Facade should have had Vito marry him in Vegas. That would have been funny.
We need a JCW wedding to happen, which could happen in the future with all this stuff going on. I could see a Juggalo wedding going on and Vito officiating.
Vito officiates the Juggalo wedding. And I think I
could see that. Yeah, that would be funny, actually. That'd be a great little piece.
Somebody's got to let Violent J know Vito's ordained for weddings. Then that way he can.
Oh, I'm sure that'll get out there.
I'm sure he'll hear it. I'll make a little clip and tag him in it. I always tag him in your stuff, and then he loves it. So maybe he'll see that, and you could do weddings. Matt, where can everybody find you?
At Mad Mac Davis. That's usually the best place. Anywhere on Facebook, Twitter, X, in the bathroom too. If you look hard,
I couldn't miss an opportunity.
Somebody did. Well, I think it was Strange Suspicion had put up, or one of the Meatball Mamas put up a picture of her going into the bathroom with the tag.
Yes,
I hope Matt's not in there.
Strange Suspicion was looking for you in the bathroom. No, where's Mac? That killed me. So you can see Mac, guys. He's on the after program for JCW, the after show on Thursday nights after the show's over. But he is also on the regular program because he is the Mean Gene Okerlund of JCW. So you can see him on there. Chrissy, can you tell everybody where they can find you?
Yes, you can find me on Hatchets, Heels, and Honey's Instagram. Please follow us on there. Yes, I am always at home. I am at home. I can't wait to go to bed. But yes, please follow our Hatchets, Heels, and Honey's Instagram. I know we also now have a Hatchets, Heels, Honey's TikTok, thanks to the queen here. So make sure to follow us on there. And you can follow me also now on YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel, which is called Final Girl Forever, where I post not wrestling stuff, but horror, thriller, Halloween, everything. So that is new. So follow me on there.
Very cool. And I also want to mention too, Noel, that I do a show with Teddy Long, and that's live on Wednesday nights. It's called Wrestling's Road Trip After Hours. We talk about some of the old road stories. We take a lot of questions from the fans. We've gotten to the point now where we can just start the show with questions in the comments, which is nice to have because, before you had to create a lot of content to kind of fill that time.
Right.
And now you get, your own people coming in and doing it. So I do that. It's on Wednesday nights. It's live on YouTube. Road Trip After Hours. And as you mentioned, it is Lunacy's post show. We do that on the Vince Russo brand. And that happens immediately live after Lunacy goes off on Psychopathic Records on YouTube. Did I get everything plugged in there? I think I did. Yeah.
You had an episode with Vito I really enjoyed because him and Teddy Long have some funny in the car road stories that always make me laugh because they used to travel together on SmackDown. So
go back and watch that. If you haven't seen that interview with Vito, with Teddy and I on Road Trip After Hours, go back and watch that. I got a lot of comments about the interview. A lot of people enjoyed the interview with Vito because they felt like he was being very real in that interview, and he was. And it's really how he and I have a conversation when we're on the road. That's how we talk. So go back and watch that. It's a very real interview, and it's Vito being Vito, which is always fun. He
loved it. He loved that interview. He came away. He was like, "That was so much fun." And I appreciate your compliment on my thumbnails for my YouTube thing. We do different ones for Vito every week. This week he's Forrest Gump. I don't know if you saw it. He's Forrest Gump this week. So
there's going to come a time when I can afford to hire you to do my social media, because when I see what you do with Vito's social media, it's a lot, and there's a lot of work that goes into doing that. And after a while, man, I'm telling you, I get wore out just trying to keep up with social media. It wears me out.
It's really rough. Does. It's rough. Yeah. The thing about me is I don't sleep. So,
so you
can text me at any time of day. I'm awake, and I'm working. If I'm awake, I'm working. If my eyes are open, I'm working. So, and Vito knows that. I take about an hour a week to watch Dutton Ranch with Vito, and that's about it. Everything else is I'm working, and then that's it. So, you guys can catch me on social media under Mrs. Harlow Bunny. And also everything on the BigVito brand with TikTok and all those wonderful, happy, whatever came out of my mouth things. I have no idea what I just said. God, I'm tired. Wonderful. Wonderful. That's it. All those wonderful things. You could catch Vito on, what the hell night was that? Tuesday?
Yes.
Tuesday 9 p.m. All those days of the week, I need a damn calendar. Tuesday, where he stomps on everything from the Parkwood Deli to the mobile home lady. What has my life become? The mobile home lady on Tuesdays on YouTube on the BigVito brand. And Mac, we'd like to thank you for coming on the show here with us. We appreciate having him. We will give Chopper City a chance just for you as a Juggalo journalist.
I appreciate that, Noel and Chrissy. Again, it was great to meet you for the first time.
You as well.
Noel, always a pleasure speaking with you. And like I say, I get to hear your voice quite often. And I know you're awake all times of the night because your husband calls you at all times of the night.
Oh my God, yes.
So I know you don't sleep much, but
3,
thank you
4.
very much. Yes. But yeah, thank you, girls, very much for letting me come on the show. I've enjoyed it every minute of it.
Thank you very much, and thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you back here next week. Bye bye.